Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played with the KV-2. This is a tier 6 Soviet tech tree heavy tank armed with a 152mm cannon. The game I'm playing is a standard battle on fjords with tier 8 as the top tier and 1 artillery on each team. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, enhanced gun laying drive, and improved ventilation. I am using a Soviet crew which has 5 crew skills and perks. I'm using the loadout which got me to my 3rd mark of excellence with the KV-2. I really don't need to keep any of those 3 premium consumables on there, but this tank's been good to me so I don't mind spoiling it a little. I'm only going to be using HE shells this game, and it's good to note that I only used HE shells for my journey to 3 mark the KV-2. I'm in a full platoon with Zarlar64, who is also in a KV-2, Zombie Sugar Mummy, who is in a Churchill 7, Princess Disc and Blunter Arthur 27, who are both in SU-100s. As bottom tier tanks, we didn't want to get too aggressive early in the game, but we found a nice position in the center overlooking streaking enemies, and it's a great place to start the game with KV-2s. And that is why we picked this spot. I tracked that T-32 out in the open, and with my HE shell I was able to destroy his track and deal 315 damage. Wow, look at that! Zarlar64 hits the T-32 for 904 damage. And even better, I got the track assisted for that. A great way to start off the game. Unfortunately, this next exchange doesn't go so well. I do a meager 38 damage to the T-32 and take a pretty big hit. There's a lot of guns trained on this corner, and the KV-2 takes a long time to aim, which means my platoon mate and I both have to stay exposed for a painful amount of time in order to get shots. I was hoping to be able to get a finishing shot on that T-32. We've done a lot of damage to him and it seems a shame to leave him alive, but at least this fatherland was nice enough to pull out and give me an easy target. Wow, 247 to a top tier heavy tank without even breaking a sweat. Uh-oh, we've got trouble now because the platoon mate of the T-32 in fatherland we were just shooting at has pulled up behind us, and that's another top tier heavy tank we're having to deal with. I back up so that Zarlar64 can get a shot in as well. My shot hits the bottom plate of the T-32 for 289 damage, but also destroys his track. So these aren't huge numbers that I'm dealing out here for the KV-2, but so far I've been doing reliable damage to all these top tier heavy tanks, which is not something that most tanks can say when they're bottom tier. I'm down 2 platoon mates now, but I think the fear factor of fighting 2 enemy KV-2s will keep that T-32 in check, because no one wants to get hit by these things. 238 damage and taking out the track once again on that T-32. Zarlar64 gets a similar hit on him and that assisted damage goes to me. This T-32's got reinforcements now, but thankfully my teammates are starting to move up to support us. That T-32 thinks he's being so clever using this tank for cover. Don't you know, nothing stops a KV-2. And that's why it's always a good idea to carry a spare KV-2 in your platoon. That was a nice hit, but I just left him on a little bit of hit points and Zarlar64 gets a great shot to finish him off. But we're not out of trouble yet, and we've got 2 more tier 8s to deal with here, a light tank and a medium. The Churchill 7 covered our reload. Another decent hit here, this time taking out the track of the Panther 88. Unfortunately, Zarlar64 takes huge hits in return there, but it is worth it to take out that light tank. I'm the only one with any sort of hit points left in our platoon, so I'm going to move forward to absorb any shots from this Panther 88. I'm getting some signals here from my teammate Oho to hold position, so I'm still staying in a forward position, but I'm not going to go full aggressive here. Not yet. I'm not sure what happened with that shot, but it looks like I maybe hit the gun of the Panther 88 and it ended up splashing and destroying his track. And once more, Zarlar64 gives me a nice track assist damage there. Now I'm joining the Oho teammate in his assault, and I think that Panther just shot an HE shell for 73 damage. I am not sure why. And I don't believe it, another shot goes into the tracks. And Zarlar64 finishes him off. Zarlar64 has killed 3 tier 8s here, a light, a medium, and a heavy, and I got tracked assisted damage for most of the hits in that engagement. That was crazy to see 3 tier 6 heavy tanks hold off 3 tier 8 tanks. That required some good platoon coordination there for the Churchill 7 to cover the reload of our KV-2s. That worked out really well, and fortunately the enemies were so scared of getting hit by our KV-2s that they didn't charge us. Otherwise, we could have very easily lost that battle. Both bases are being captured here, so I'm rushing back to defend mine and try to secure the win. That's a very lucky shot on the T-21 there. With the base successfully defended, we went to try and hunt down the last remaining enemy, but there was not enough time before my teammate captured the base. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how we did. For this game, I earned 36,000 silver without any multipliers, remembering that I did use a premium consumable with a tech tree tank. I managed to earn 6,902 experience with a 2x daily bonus and a 25% multiplier. In this game, I dealt 2,171 damage, assisted with 2,024 damage, and destroyed one enemy. This earned me a Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, Defender Medal, and it kept my damage standing at that 3-mark level. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 2,045. My platoon mate Zarlar64 had a fantastic game as well, getting 1,564 base XP, dealing even more damage than me with 2,563. I only placed higher because of all that assisted damage I was able to get. The KV-2s ruled that game. I managed to hit 10 of my 12 shots and penetrate all of those. And Zarlar64 had similar accuracy with 7 penetrations from 9 shots. In terms of crew and module damage, I damaged the gun on the Panther 88, injured the radio operator in a T-32, and injured the gunner, commander, and loader in the T-21. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that awesome game showing off the superpowers of the KV-2. The combined firepower of our KV-2s was just devastating to the enemy there. It's a really good idea to run KV-2s in a platoon. We saw the benefit of the track assisted damage there, and how useful it is to have that spare derp gun just in case RNG doesn't go your way. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.